This is my formative assessment strategies PowerPoint. The first thing that I saw that I thought was pretty cool that could be used as a formative assessment was drawings. It can be like just a single drawing of what they learned, or it can be like a series of drawings depending upon probably what subject you're in and what you're teaching and what you have talked about through the day. But it provides insight into the learning and thought process of each student, so you can see what goes on in each student's brain and how they see the subject rather than how a different kid sees the subject. And the students probably will think that this is a fun little activity, and it shouldn't take long. There's like lots of different ways that you can do this, but two of the ones that I thought were really cool were to use simple shapes to represent what you learned, and then you can discuss with the class if you want, or you can just tell your teacher when you turn it in, I used this to represent this in it so that it looks like this, if that makes sense. Or you could do something like draw a picture to represent what you learned using as many colors as possible. You could do many different things with drawing as a formative assessment. Two positives are that it creates memorable learning experiences for kids, and it enhances motivation and engagement in the classroom, because a lot of especially younger students will probably enjoy this more than the older students, but they will be excited that they get to draw, or they'll be excited for a task like use as many colors as possible, or only use a square and a circle and a triangle to show what you learned. But two negatives about this could be that it could cause students with low artistic ability to become anxious or nervous about doing it, and it could be hard to decipher what each student has drawn if you don't know your students that well, or if the student has a low artistic ability. These are two examples. One, like if you were learning about the life cycle, you could have the students draw a picture of the life cycle and see if they could understand. Or if you were learning about setting, you could have the students draw a picture of examples of what the setting could be in a story, so you know that they understand what setting is. Another formative assessment that I saw that was pretty neat was sentence prompts. These are informal tools to assess student understanding. It helps gather information to guide instruction, and you provide simple sentence starters for students to complete, like I understand this, I don't understand this, or I need more information about this. There's lots of different ways that you can use sentence prompts in the classroom. You could give each student a slip of paper or a half sheet of paper that starts off the sentence and then has a fill in the blank for the rest of the sentence. Or if every student some schools have computers for every student in their school, so you could send out a Google form on Google Classroom, or you could do a Pear Deck on a presentation slide that you were working on or something like that. That would be a fun little activity for them to fill out real quick so they can type it and they won't have to worry about writing it. Sometimes that's easier for students to do. Or you could do it in a fun, crafty way. I actually thought of this way myself, but you could have flower petals that start the sentence and have about 4 or 5 of them, and then have the students finish the sentence and then glue it around the center of the flower to make a cute little flower, just to make it more fun for the students. Some positives and negatives about sentence prompts. One positive is that it shows exactly what the students don't understand and what they do understand, because they're just simply writing down what they understand and what they need more information about. Another positive is that it can be a quick and simple activity, but is very useful. It can take like 1 to 2 minutes if you do a Google form and say, hey, fill out this Google form real quick, turn it in, and then you can look at it as soon as they turn it in. One negative is that some students, like in kindergarten or lower grades, probably won't be able to write a complete sentence, so this probably wouldn't be good for lower grades. And another negative would be that students with certain disabilities might not find it as easy as we think it should be to just finish the sentence in their own words. These are two examples that I found. I couldn't find exactly the ones that I wanted, but that's okay. These are the ones that were on the websites that I looked up. So, you could start the sentence off with "I found out," and then have the student write what they found out underneath, or you could start off with "I want to know more about," and then the student just finishes the sentence, or "I learned blank." Very, very simple. And these are my resources. So thanks for watching.